There's a reason they talk about a frog in boiling water. You put a frog in a pot of boiling water, it jumps out instantly, saving itself. But you put it in a pot of cool, comfortable water, and then, ever so slowly, you turn up the heat and it gets boiled alive, never quite realizing the mortal danger until it's far too late. This, gentlemen, is exactly how most good men end up emotionally, psychologically, and sometimes even financially destroyed by toxic women. The toxicity is rarely a sudden, obvious explosion on the first date. It is a slow, insidious drip of disrespect, of manipulation, of boundary violations that you are slowly, systematically conditioned to accept, to tolerate, to rationalize, to make excuses for, until your self-respect, your confidence, your very soul is completely eroded and you don't even recognize the weak, anxious man staring back at you in the mirror. Today, I am turning the heat off. I am yanking you out of the pot before it's too late. I am revealing 5 specific, insidious behaviors that no man should ever, under any circumstances, accept from a woman. These are not flaws to be worked on in therapy. They are fundamental, often incurable signs of a toxic character. And pay very close attention because the 5th one is the most insidious of all, because it is so often disguised by her as passion or intense love. This is not dating advice. This is a survival guide for your spirit. Now, why? Why do good men, strong men, intelligent men consistently tolerate these soul-crushing behaviors? It is because you have been systematically programmed to. You have been taught from boyhood to be the nice guy, the understanding partner, the gentleman. You have been told relentlessly that a good man is endlessly patient, that he fixes a broken woman, that he avoids conflict at all costs, that her happiness is his primary responsibility. This programming is a trap. It is a psychological cage. It turns you from a respected partner into a project manager for her toxicity. It makes you believe that her bad behavior is a problem for you to solve and to endure, rather than a clear, unambiguous reflection of her own flawed character. A man of high value, a man of profound self-respect, is not a janitor for someone else's emotional garbage. He is not a therapist. He is not a punching bag. He is the sovereign king, the gatekeeper of his own peace, his own kingdom. Today, you learn to identify the poison so you can stop willingly drinking it. You learn to be the gatekeeper. Unforgivable sin number 1, public disrespect and humiliation. The behavior, she belittles you, jokes at your expense in a cutting way, contradicts you in a demeaning fashion, or dismisses your opinions in front of your friends, her friends, or worst of all, your family. She consistently takes their side against you in public debates, effectively isolating you. The brutal psychology. This is a profound and deliberate act of public emasculation. A genuine partner is your teammate, your safe harbor, your number 1 advocate. When she publicly signals to the tribe that you are not worthy of her respect, that you are someone to be ridiculed, she is communicating that you are weak, that her loyalty is, at best, conditional, and that she does not see you as a unified front. It is a vicious power play designed to lower your status and elevate her own at your expense. Your only response, the zero-tolerance protocol. This is a zero-tolerance issue for a man of self-respect. You address it once, calmly, firmly, and privately. What you did back there was completely unacceptable. We are a team, and I will not be with a woman who publicly disrespects or humiliates me. It will not happen again. If it does, even once, you walk. Period. No second chances. The disrespect is a symptom of her lack of love. Unforgivable sin number 2, weaponized vulnerabilities. The behavior. You open up to her in a moment of trust. You share a past hurt, a deep fear, a personal insecurity, a moment of failure. Later, during an argument or a moment of anger, She takes that exact sacred vulnerability and throws it back in your face like a weapon, specifically to hurt you, to win the fight, to gain the upper hand. The brutal psychology. This is one of the most toxic, most destructive, most soul-crushing behaviors possible in an intimate relationship. It is a catastrophic, unforgivable betrayal of the deepest trust. It punishes you for the very act of being open and authentic, and it psychologically conditions you to never, ever be vulnerable again. It proves beyond all doubt that she lacks the fundamental character to handle your inner world and will use any weapon at her disposal, no matter how cruel, to win. Your only response, the instant severance protocol. This is an instant, non-negotiable deal breaker. There is no coming back from this level of betrayal. The absolute moment she proves she will use your soul as a weapon against you, the relationship is over. You do not explain, you do not argue, you do not wait for an apology. You state calmly, "Using my vulnerability against me is unforgivable. We are done." And you disappear from her life forever. Unforgivable sin. There are 3: entitlement and no gratitude. The behavior. She rarely, if ever, says a genuine thank you. She takes your efforts, your time, your emotional support, and your resources completely for granted. She has an attitude of profound expectation, a sense that she is simply owed these things from you and the world. She consistently focuses on what you don't do for her, not what you do. The brutal psychology. This signals a deep-seated, often narcissistic sense of entitlement and a fundamental lack of respect for you as a person. You are not a partner to her. You are a utility, a resource, a walking ATM, a service provider. This dynamic will inevitably, relentlessly drain you of your will to give, your energy, and your spirit, building a deep, cold, corrosive resentment over time. Your only response, the investment cutoff protocol. You immediately stop over-providing. You stop doing the extra things. You pull back your energy and your investment, and you observe what happens. A healthy, grateful partner will notice the shift and inquire with concern. A toxic, entitled one will complain, demand, and throw a tantrum that her supply has been cut off. Her reaction will tell you everything you need to know. If it's the latter, you leave. You are not a resource to be plundered. Unforgivable sin number 4, disrespectful friendships and boundary violations. The behavior. She maintains overly familiar, emotionally intimate, or openly flirtatious friendships with other men, often with her exes. She shares intimate details about your relationship problems with them. Crucially, when you express your discomfort, she dismisses your valid feelings by labeling you as insecure, controlling, or jealous. The brutal psychology. This is a profound, insidious disrespect of the sanctity and the exclusive boundaries of your intimate relationship. She is actively outsourcing her emotional needs and seeking validation from outside the relationship, which is a clear and undeniable form of emotional infidelity. Gaslighting you by calling you insecure or controlling for having a natural, healthy reaction is a classic, deeply manipulative tactic designed to deflect from her own inappropriate behavior and make you question your own sanity. Your only response, the boundary enforcement protocol. You calmly, confidently, and without apology state your non-negotiable boundary. I am not comfortable with the nature of your relationship with X. In a committed, respectful relationship, I require a partner whose primary emotional intimacy is with me. If she refuses to respect this, if she continues to gaslight you, if she continues the inappropriate behavior, she has made her choice. You must then make yours. You walk away with your self-respect intact. Unforgivable sin. 5. The constant creation of drama, the energy vampire. The behavior. Her life, and by extension, your life with her, is a constant, exhausting whirlwind of drama. She seems to be at the center of it all. She picks fights over small, insignificant things. She creates conflicts with her friends, her family, her co-workers. She seems to thrive on high-intensity, often negative, emotional states. Your relationship never, ever feels peaceful, stable, or calm. The brutal psychology. This is the insidious behavior that is so often disguised by her and misinterpreted by you as passion. It is not. It is a clear and undeniable sign of an unregulated, often deeply troubled personality. Some people are literally addicted to the chemical rush of cortisol and adrenaline that constant drama provides. They are emotional vampires who feed off of chaos, conflict, and the emotional reactions of others. Your peace, your calm, your stability will be their first and most delicious meal. Your only response, the peace over passion protocol. A high-value man's primary mission in life is to build his kingdom, his empire, in a state of peace, focus, and on purpose. A chaos agent is the absolute enemy of this mission. You cannot build anything stable, anything lasting, on the shifting volcanic foundation of constant drama. Recognize that she is an energy vampire and that your peace is infinitely more valuable than her fleeting toxic excitement. You do not fix her. You do not engage her drama. You exit. Gentlemen, your self-respect, your peace of mind, your emotional well-being, these are the only currencies that truly matter in the long run. You must come to a place, a point of profound inner resolve, where you understand that tolerating toxicity in any of these forms is a choice, and you must, for the sake of your own life, choose not to. This isn't about being angry, about being hateful, about seeking revenge. It is about a calm, quiet, cold, unshakable resolve. It is about issuing a king's decree. You are the undisputed king of your own life, and you alone, get to decide who is and who is not granted the privilege of being allowed within the walls of your kingdom. A woman who consistently exhibits these unforgivable behaviors has, by her own actions, disqualified herself from that privilege. Your only job is to calmly, powerfully, and permanently enforce that disqualification by peacefully, powerfully, and permanently walking away. The 5 unforgivable toxic sins no man should ever accept. 1. Public disrespect and calculated humiliation. 2. The weaponization of your deepest vulnerabilities. 3. A pervasive spirit of entitlement and lack of gratitude. 4. Disrespectful friendships and the violation of boundaries. 5. The constant addictive creation of unnecessary drama. Your standards, gentlemen, protect your very soul. In the comments section below, I want you to make the never again pledge. I want you to tell me, with conviction, what is one toxic behavior, whether it's on this list or not, that you will never again tolerate from anyone in your life, starting right now. Let's make this a powerful public declaration of our collective self-respect. Let's build a community of unbreakable men. If this video is the urgent, life-saving wake-up call that a friend of yours desperately needs to hear, share it. You might be the one to hand him the key out of a toxic, soul-crushing prison. For more unfiltered, potent truths on recognizing red flags, building an unshakable frame, and mastering your own sovereignty, make sure you have absolutely obliterated that subscribe button and have activated all notifications. Your peace is your power. It is non-negotiable. Never, ever tolerate toxicity.